Joke battles, I'm not gonna lie.
I heard, bro.
There was some joke battles. It was a vibe. It was a vibe. I'm
so
like,
you're seeing a pattern developing, bro. I've been trying to tell people, come don't flop.
Nah, trust me, it is. Like where we arranged to do the battles, there was actually some fucking festival going on that day. So we went across the road to an abandoned pub and we done it up on the like balcony bit of the abandoned pub. Yeah. Obviously you saw one of the battles, innit? Yeah.
It's like one battle.
Yeah, but again, you could see it was probably like you could probably see it was a bit of a vibe in what you saw. Like it was just like a few people gathered round. Yeah. People travelled from far, man. So obviously Sam Essay came from Liverpool. I quite liked him. He's funny. Needs to learn to multi a bit more. Like again, I'm not a big like multi-stacking fan, innit? But have a few that hit with the punchline, innit?
Unless you're Ogmios.
Yeah.
I need some.
Need to know like at least a punchline or something.
I need to know you're good at writing.
Yeah.
Don't try to do this thing where you think you're saying you're too good for it and you're no.
Yeah.
I want to know you're good or not. Like,
yeah. You just throw him some in there now and then, innit? That's cool. Yeah. But he was funny. He was entertaining. He's got a good entertaining aura by himself. Obviously you've seen that Insane Kane Train or whatever his name is. He battled. That on beat battle was joke. Yeah. But yeah, we're gonna get to that.
We'll get to my man Insane Kane Train.
Who else? Raz Ren battled Canal, obviously. That was a funny battle.
Yeah, I probably will upload that one, even though the footage looks like it was filmed on a Game Boy Color, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that's actually giving it too much credit.
The guy, have you seen?
It's filmed on a Game Boy.
Stutz messaged everyone saying, unfollow that guy and that, innit?
Really?
They've fallen out, innit?
Okay, as long as it's not that he's a nonce or whatever, bro.
That's
usually
the
one.
He made him loads of broken promises and this, that, and that other.
Yeah, so Raz Ren Canal might go online, maybe, even though it is so
You need the new demo battles, man.
Oh yeah, that wouldn't go on no floor. No. I mean Patreon. Often now when I say that might go online, I mean like for the.
But you should have a new demo battles, man.
Yeah, but it just causes a lot of arguments, bruv. But remember, bowski. The whole reason bowski was KOTR till he died is because we put him on demo battles.
I know. He was a demo battle king.
Yeah. Because he came all the way to Newquay. And do you know who's the driver, bruv? Bizzo Bond, bruv. Bizzo Bond, who now chats to me like he's Brad Pitt, bro, and I'm a fan asking for an autograph. Like every time I've seen Bizzo Bond in the flesh, bro, like it's like we do know each other, bro. Like I'm not a groupie, bro. Like I'm just saying what's up, like. But back in the day when Bizzo Bond was just Bizzo, they're like, oh yeah, I'll come, like that guy. He drove us down, so I get what bowski's saying, that he got a long coach to Bristol and then a drive to Newquay. I get it. I understand. But then the battle just wasn't very good. Like it's not
quality controls quality control.
And bowski took it as it was a diss on him, which I guess I see what you mean. He is in the battle, but it was more just like as a whole. All I remember was it's not even online anymore. I can never watch it back, but like all I remember was it's just like it was just awkward. The crowd was awkward. The battle was awkward. It just wasn't good. Like, neither of them were that good in it. Do you know what I'm saying? But bowski took it as like a personal attack on him, because he was like, I've travelled so far, and you put me on demo battles. So that's one of the things I think about. Obviously, you're not the first person to be like, you should relaunch it. But that's one of the things I think about when I'm like, can I be asked with this like, oh, but you put blah 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 on Don't Flop. Why am I on demo? It's just long.
Yeah,
bro.
no,
like,
of course.
You know what I'm saying?
But I think it is. You know what? It is. It's needed. And I know it's a tough job, but it's just them conversations got to be had, innit? Do you know what, you're going to demo battles? Like at the end of the day, the more people accept that they didn't have a good battle,
it's very tough.
The more people accept they didn't have a good battle, then the better. Like I've had so many battles that I look back and think that was shit. I was shit in that, and I know I'm a good writer and that. Do you get me? But it just is what it is. Like sometimes, bruv, it is what it is. It should make you work harder. And one of his biggest battles was the 2-on-2 with Calcium Kid and shit. That was on the demo battles, and that got over 100k, like 200k.
That was a terrible battle, bro.
But again, people loved it, and it got big.
Chronicle versus Im, 100k.
Yeah. But that was the controversy. That was the controversy.
This is what I'm saying. We were trying to be mature then. We were like, nah, we can't be uploading this. Do you know what I'm saying? We were like, we can't upload this shit, man. It's too whatever. You know what I mean? And that controversy ended up being fucking 100k. Do you know how many battle rappers would kill for 100,000 views now? And they got 100k on the third, not the second channel, bro. Third, people don't, people don't understand that. We were like, yeah, this battle's funny because it's a guy jumping in, a guy swearing, a guy saying, don't talk about that, don't talk about that. We get it. But we were like, this doesn't represent what Don't Flop's meant to be. Put it on the third channel. We thought it would get about 4,000 or 5,000 views. And then one day, I don't know who it was, but one day one of us was like, "Yo, have you checked the views on Chronicle versus Im? It's like 60k or whatever." 2 weeks later, you know it's on 100k, bro.
It's one, like, you see my guy out.
Just because of an argument.
My
Not
guy
because it's a
out,
good
he
battle.
couldn't tell you 5 battles that actually happened.
He can tell you.
He'll tell you about that battle.
Yeah.
He could not tell you 5 battles like so-and-so versus so-and-so. He will tell you Chronicle versus Im. We always have a joke. It's just a fucking battle, blood. Like, we repeat that shit constantly. Like, it's actually a joke.
Yeah.
But yeah, so did you find out what the next event was?
So we had the August one. So what would you say? The August one was just Razan.
Yeah, it was fun, but obviously, unfortunately, we used a last-minute cameraman, and it was an executive decision of me as well because I couldn't get no one to host. So I thought, if I've got someone who can film, I can host. Mm-hmm. But if I film, I've got no one to host, innit? So it was like, yeah.
Not good, man. But it'll be on Patreon. Fuck it, I'm saying now it'll be on Patreon. I'll bang it up there just for Canelo and Raz's sake because they'll want to see it. Yeah. But it does not look good. Yeah. It would. If we had demo battles running, it wouldn't even. To be honest, that was the original reason you brought it up. It wouldn't make demo battles because it doesn't look good enough. Yeah. It's not about the lyrical content.
The footage.
So bad.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
bad. So bad.
Definitely.
All right. She said the next one. Next one after that. What did I just read? Was Bombshell's event.
Oh, Milton Keynes.
You didn't come, did you? Nah. Shout out Bombshell. She did a really solid job.
Yeah.
I was really impressed by what she did, man. Fair play to her.
There's a clip on my channel of Pedro, and I titled it, "I got paid £300 to rap for 5 minutes," because that's what he said in the clip.
Yep. I don't know, that was between them. Maybe it was £300, but I know he got paid an obscene amount of money and he did not have to do that much.
He didn't have much opponents, did he? He said Bombshell read off paper.
Yeah, Bombshell read off paper. That was crazy. I didn't see that, but she told me afterwards, and I was like, it's good that you did this battle before I arrived, because if I was here, I would have said, don't do that. Yeah. I would have said, put your fucking baby. But she was, I've been organising. I said, mate, I've battled at events I've organised. You either got to be ready or not. Do you know what I mean? No, but big up her, genuinely. Every time, big up her, man. She really, really did a good job.
You say that like so nonchalantly. When's the last event you battled and organised?
I was trying to get away with it.
When you was like 18
but
or
you know, the funny thing is, it's because I was thinking it was the event I actually had this cola. That's why I was trying to get away with it slightly. But no, it was a few years ago, but it did happen.
No, but it's real though. Obviously, I've done it bare times. Like, you just do it. I've done it in November.
So obviously, I did take the piss out of her. I was like, that is an excuse. If you're not ready to battle, don't read off paper. Don't read off paper. Don't cannabis it. So, but no, so I'd say she loses points for having the cheek to read bars off paper. But as far as an event, to turn up to an event that was already running, props to her, man. Turned up, like, camera crew was amazing compared to the Razren and Canel footage, which is the last footage previously to that I got sent. Great camera team. She had 2 photographers as well. Great pictures.
Again, though, she's
Lazy and
someone
Soweto was the battle. Lazy and Soweto was the
yeah,
battle.
yeah.
Now, I would never have thought to set that up.
No, that sounds like a good battle.
Never thought to set up. Lazy and Soweto was actually a fire battle, man. Soweto was hungry as hell. Jack, I got the train all the way home and spent a good couple hours with Jack after the event. Lazy ass Jack, and he was really disappointed with his performance. But I was telling him, I was like, bro, you've just got that classic battle rap thing where your opponent has done better than you. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, your opponent has done better than you, so you think you
Doesn't
suck.
mean you're shit.
No, and I was telling him this on the train. I was like, you feel like you suck. And he actually went on Twitter, like, even, it was like, I tried to get through to him, then I spotted him, see you later. About 10 minutes later, he'd already tweeted, I let Don't Flop down today. I was like, bro, you didn't let us down. Like, honestly, like, the battle's not out yet, but no, he did.
But again, it's good
well,
to feel
bro.
like that. Do
you know what? Yeah, good point.
You want people that feel like that, and they're going to come back hungrier, and they're going to put on such good performances that it's going to do good for your, like, personally, again, no disrespect to no one, but the last thing I'm thinking about if I fuck up is like, I've let Don't Flop down or Premier Battles down. I'm thinking about myself. Like, I'm thinking like, I feel like a dickhead, I've embarrassed myself. Yeah. I'm not thinking, the league, like, they're going to have 8 other battles that day that are going to be banging. Yeah. I'm the least of their worries.
Okay, here's the thing, but I think because he was the main event, it's different. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he was the main event.
Yeah, that's real. That's real. I can't do like a shit main event. But again, he wasn't shit. I told
him he wasn't shit, bro. Like, he wasn't his best performance ever. He had a couple bits where he's a bit unsure, but he had some funny stuff. He got good crowd. Remember, the crowd was a non-battle rap crowd. You have to remember, it's Milton Keynes. It's Bombshell's friends timers. And friends of friends in Milton Keynes. They're not a battle rap
musicians
crowd.
Like,
musicians and that, exactly. There was a lot of older people there, a lot of like ale drinking older people, like not who were like in the bar. They'd come to the event, but I said to him, I was like, look, like, you did your thing, but Soweto Kinch is just, he's more charismatic.
He's a beast,
he had more charisma in that battle, and I'd say in general, he's more charismatic. He's more well versed. Soweto's first battle was 2013. Jack's was like 2017 or something. It's just so yeah, he did well, but Soweto easily took the win. Let me make that clear. I'm not going to take anything away from him. Soweto won the battle. Crowd loved it. It was a good. I'll give them both props. It was a good example of a battle for a crowd that don't really know it, because all Soweto stuff was about Jack being tall, skinny, white, posh, which those over there could find it funny. All Jack's material was like, you're a failed jazz musician, so it's like you could not know anything about Soweto Kinch, and you're like, oh, okay, he's a jazz. I get it. You know what I'm saying? So that could be a very. We were just off camera talking about sponsors and that. That would, you know, to give Lazy Ask Jack more credit, that would be the kind of battle you could send to a sponsor. You could clip it to 2 minutes and say, this is like two. They physically look so polar opposite, but then look how they've come together in this battle and created like some pretty funny art. You know what I mean? And then then the other battle was Pedro did a freestyle grime clash with the guy whose opponent flopped. And the pressure got to him, bro. It was a freestyle grime clash. Again, it's only on Patreon. If you sign up to Patreon, you can watch it. It's only on Patreon, but bruv, like the guy before the battle was like, oh yeah, I want to get my bars out. Can we do that? Pedro was like, all right, I'm being paid. Fuck it, I'll do it. Like, obviously Pedro's had 500 battles. He was just spitting some bars, but the guy, all he was doing.
Pedro didn't write.
No. Of course, it's freestyle. I mean, I don't mean it like in the like Locks Jadakiss freestyle. I mean like freestyle. And Pedro was just obviously just like, yeah, I'll do it if you want to get your bars out. But I'm telling you, the guy was up there and he was nervous. But outside, what I'm trying to say is, it's like, this is what, bro. The point I'm making is like, I tell people all the time, battle rap is so much harder than you think it is.
Of course.
I hate it. As much as I talk shit about battle rap, one thing you can never do to me is talk shit about battle rappers. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, that's a perfect example. Anyone who hasn't seen it, sign up to the Patreon, watch Freestyle Grime Clash. You'll see what I'm saying. I'm not saying the guy was falling all over the place. It's nothing like that. But like, he had a lot more bars he didn't say, because the second you turn the camera on, you're like, oh shit, this is Pedro from Don't Flop, bro. I've watched every battle this guy's had, and Pedro's there just spitting. He was spitting verses like shit he had for tracks, whatever. He's chilling. This guy spits a couple verses and he's like, wait, I got something else. Wait, hold on. Like, he's choking, bro. 5 minutes. 5 minute freestyle, one beat on repeat. So I'm saying, bro, don't talk shit about battle rappers who've done this shit. Because unless the camera's on and you've got a host introducing you and you've done it, you don't know what it feels like.
No, definitely.
And there was only 50, 60 people there, and fair enough, a lot of them were his family, and he felt the pressure. And even so, how would you feel in 600 people?
Of course, like, and even people who make music and that, yeah, like, you got to look at examples, yeah. Like, Daniel's son is a good on-beat battler, makes good music. He's a shit a cappella battler. Billzar was one of the biggest. Billzar was one of the biggest on-beat battlers, bruv. A cappella, terrible.
Has he battled Acapella?
Yeah, on Don't Flop. On Don't Flop, bro.
I remember that.
On Don't Flop.
It was on
and it was terrible.
It was on Demo.
It was terrible. Do you get what I'm saying? But again, like, it is, innit? It's a lot harder than people think. There's so many elements to it, innit? But yeah, it's mad.
But as you said, a Daniel's son on beat battle, I check for every time. A Bill's on beat battle, I check
of
for
course,
every time.
Of
But
course.
you're right. I think Daniel's son cancelled. That was this year, actually.
Yeah.
That was not on Don't Flop, but Daniel's son had an a cappella battle and he cancelled it. I think he never said why, but I think the consensus is because he was like, I can't do this. You know what I'm saying? But if it was on beat versus Bills on, he would have been there with Bills on, bro.
And I think on beat you can stand still and rap. Do you get me? You can move your arms and shit, but you can still get away with just spitting cold. With battle rap, it doesn't really carry you most of the time. There has to be performance to it, cadence. Did you hype up that bit? Did you go low on that bit? Do you get me? On beat, that shit doesn't really matter as much, innit? You just spit your bars. But yeah, man. So obviously that was a good event in Milton Keynes.
It was. Shout out to her. Like I said, I had no part in it. I just hosted it. All I did. So it was nice. And for next year, obviously we'll talk about that later, but for next year, that's what I want to move into. And I give Bombshell her credit, because that event was one of the ones that made me think, like, this is the way forward.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
I
franchise, and I use that word too. She's my friend, and I still, she's my friend, and I still use that terminology when I was dealing with her. And I was like, we can run this event, but I'm franchising it to you. And she said, of course. She's a fucking mature woman. You know what I mean? She did it, and I went, and when I left, I said, I was like, yeah, man, like, you took the name and you did it proud. Like, there was only one battle, but it doesn't matter. Like, the battle you booked was really good, and the venue was great. Like, you took it very seriously. The production value, the lighting, everything. Do you know what I mean? So for next year, that's the way forward. Like, I can't be, not to sound like a parent, but I can't be in 6 places at once. You know what I mean? I can't be. So who's saying we can't get to a point where there can't be 5, 6 Don't Flop events running in one day and I'm only at one of them? You know what I mean?